What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is ChronoJJ. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Tunison. Yes, game number 4, best of 5 series, match point for Tunison. If Tunison wins this game, he's going to go on to the round of 16. One more win after that will allow him access or give him access to the Champions League. If you are on the other side of this coin here, being that you are ChronoJJ, you will notice that if he loses this game, he will be relegated to just the Champions League, as that's how it works. You have to win to get there in the end. We'll see how things are going to result here. So ChronoJJ, after winning that first game, he must have had a real big feeling of, oh, he can actually do this. He can actually play at that level that Tunison is bringing here. The question is, was Tunison just nervous at the start of this series, and ChronoJJ kind of just played really well, and a mixture of those two? Tunison kind of got his resolve back in and is ready to ready to play at that top level, and ChronoJJ's kind of like leveled up persona, if you will, the character of ChronoJJ at that next level is not quite able to keep up with the Tunison top level Oranos here. Or could ChronoJJ only maintain that level for a little bit? Or maybe it was just that the map allowed Chrono to do what he needed to do in those games, and the last 2 maps he just couldn't quite make it work with what the map gave him. All of these questions, don't know the answer to, but we've got Tunison here going to have to work this one out in this game to finish this off. ChronoJJ has been doing the same strategy every game, basically, of grabbing 2 town centers, do a little bit of classical fight and try and stay alive. And maybe he's going to feel that he needs to go a different path in this game. Now, he does have a really, really nice starting amount of hunt here with the 3 giraffe. We could talk a little bit about what Oranos is able to do, but generally speaking, the early game of Oranos, there's not a whole lot of differences between if they go for a 4:30, they go for a 4:30. If they go for 4 minutes, they do it that way. There's only really 2 build orders for Oranos, or maybe 3 if you think about a fast second town center. But the question here is going to be, is Chrono going to be going for some sort of Bast shenanigans here on this map or not? As he's finishing up that temple on the front, just about to click up, and he's just going for Ptah here. And we'll see how that is all going to work out for him as he moves across the map. Going to be jumping onto these zebra over here. Tunison just about to click up. I'm sure Prometheus is coming through. A 4:30 advance time. Very, very standard here. As the villagers dropping the granary. And everyone's going to be trying to kill off these zebra as fast as they possibly can. As Chrono, he's going to be possibly looking to grab this town center over here. This town center on this position is really nice. With that giraffe here, those gazelle, could definitely have a fun time of it in the end. Oh, wait, what is this? This is the first I've seen of this. This is a hand axe grab from ChronoJJ. He's going for hand axe. Barracks coming up. That's weird. This isn't a fast second town center at all from ChronoJJ. Is he going for a straight classical fight here, ladies and gentlemen? He may simply be going for a straight classical fight when all is said and done. Barracks is now up. And is Tunison going to be ready for this or not? I mean, he just basically goes for the same opener here. It's now the Pharaoh and the Wadjet going to be moving across the map looking for something to do. The Oracle's spotting this. They actually see the barracks immediately dropped. This Oracle checking out this town center as well as the Wadjet and the Pharaoh moving forward. The box is already created here for ChronoJJ, so we might be utilizing this early in the game as he spots the Citizen getting this mana up, but he is too little too late to actually take that one out as Axemen, Slingers popping through here for ChronoJJ. We do see the Promethean Offspring coming through as well. They're going to start being able to get a little bit of damage done as the Pharaoh Priest going to be moving back home to see what's happening over here as well. And now Tunison basically has to figure out how to deal with this classical fight. We'll see how it's going to go as the Citizen now getting pulled back off of this location there as well. Chrono still producing units out. It's probably time at about this moment to drop that second barracks down if he wants to continue with a solid classical fight. You have to continue to put barracks down as Egyptian. Egyptian's classical fight, possibly one of the more intricate classical fights of all the civilizations, because it's not place your buildings down and then just spam. You have, like, Greek builds military academy archery range straight away, and you can kind of get away with just spamming. Norse puts 3 longhouses down and you just get to spamming. Oranos puts 2 military buildings and you get to spamming. Egyptian puts 1 down because the units train really fast, but as your economy gets going enough, you need the second one to start spamming as you see fit. Let's look at that damage that Hero Terma does coming through here as the Promethean Offspring getting pushed back. Villagers shanking away on this position as this final Zebra is about to expire here. There are 2 Rhino over on this position over here, plus the units, or the hunt over here. We'll see where ChronoJJ is going to want to go here as his villagers making their way over here. But look, Tunison's already on this position. Chrono needs to be a little bit careful. It is really, really important not to lose units when you're going for, or villagers, I should say, when you're going for a classical fight here. And he does manage to do that. One Axeman here can be able to clean up that Oracle over on this position. Chrono's at 61 population. Tunison's at 75 population. Still very, very close here as the barracks is going to start getting shanked down. Lots of gold in the bank, however, though, for Chrono to rebuild his barracks, but you definitely don't want to be losing this. It takes such a long time to build at 42 seconds as the unit's going to be coming back in over here. Immediately, we see the Priest, the Pharaoh, excuse me, trying to get some damage done onto these units as it does retreat back here. Now the Axeman trying to push forward. We'll see how things are going to end up going as the barracks gets taken out as best as it possibly can. As the shifting sands coming in and he hits, holy damage done. But Batman, holy Batman. How many units was that? That was crazy. He got 5 Murmillo and a Terma here as the Murmillo going to trying to bash through this house. ChronoJJ not paying attention here. Could be repairing that one back up as he finally starting to do so. The villager here will have to move out as the next building going to be getting shot up here. This Murmillo just goes straight through that house somehow, some way. Will get sniped down as well. Units over here getting taken down out of position ever so slightly. As Chrono, he's out of sorts after all of that happened. I don't think he expected to take that many units at this point, as the units coming back in onto this location over here. Pharaoh very, very low HP at 10 HP at this moment. Tunison, however, he's taking this fight at this moment. It's still very close on population. The units are out of position though for ChronoJJ. He needs to get all of his units in onto this position. Shockwave getting dropped down here as the army swings through into action. The Promethean coming through here as well. Good micro from ChronoJJ, keeping his Wadjet away from those Hero Terma. As the Terma do go down, the Priest here going to be able to take out the Promethean very, very fast, and Tunison has to retreat back here. He has managed to take down the barracks. Has this lone Terma will be able to actually, not Terma, Murmillo will be able to get out of here at some point as the units are going to be moving back up into the top location here. We do see a barracks is back up for ChronoJJ, but kind of just allowing Tunison to bounce off him. This isn't the right way to get an advantage in this matchup. So we'll see. Because generally trading is what you want as the Oranos player. You want to keep your opponent in the classical age for as long as possible in these kind of situations. Keep trading, keep making it happen. We see the villagers going to be retreating back here. Looks like they want to grab a town center here. We'll see how that's going to go as the tower coming through. You just have to grab these priests and target this bad boy. Sure, it takes a little while, but it's definitely worth it. as the town center going to be getting shot up over here. 84 population, 87 population, still more units coming out for ChronoJJ as the units going to be coming through here. Plenty of priests are in on this position here to try and take down those Prometheans as well. Wadjet on the back here, you've got to target that hero Terma down, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing there as the priests do manage to take down some of those Prometheans, and Tunison gets pushed back yet again here as he's not able to make anything work at this point as the Murmillo here finally starting to get attacked now by the priest as the Pharaoh comes through. We'll be able to finish off that Murmillo. Very, very quick, smart there. And ChronoJJ's town center is going to be coming up as he gets Shadoof and Plow. The problem is, in this situation now that ChronoJJ has put himself into, is he's not going to be able to spam farms here and get a gold mine. It's very, very unrealistic to expect him to be able to spend the, let's just say he buys 12 farms. With Shadoof, the farm is what? Is 40? 40, where's the farm? Okay, it wants to tell me it's cost wood, but it doesn't. We'll have to wait for a farm to actually get placed. I think it's like something like 40 or 37 gold or something. Let's just say it's 40 gold. He builds himself 10 farms. That's 400 gold he has to spend. What is it? It's 40 or 47 gold. So it's like 500 gold he has to spend off of 12 farms. He just cannot, he just won't be able to get himself up to that 130 population and secure a gold mine here. It's going to be really, really tough. And you can see that the line of sight here that Tunison has managed to set up shows that he kind of knows where everything is on this map here, and there's not going to be any sneaky gold mines to be grabbed here. Is ChronoJJ going to be moving up to the top side of the map? This is the gold mine he wants. So the gold mine that would be expected that ChronoJJ is going to go for. Tunison, on the other hand, double town centers coming down now. Rain getting cast, has a decent amount of gold in the bank, but he doesn't have that many barracks up at this point. We see the Terma already over here to check this one out. There's a couple more Wadjet will be coming through. This is a very, very nice idea, though, getting Wadjet out to try and deal with this. Tunison, on the other hand, he's doing this thing again, 3 town centers, and then Heroic Age. This is something that he's been doing quite a bit of in this series, which, I mean, personally, if I was playing this one from Tunison's perspective, I would just go full send in this matchup. I would just keep on sieging this gold mine and get a gold staff here, because I know that after ChronoJJ builds those farms, after he'd lost all the units in the Classical Age, he's not going to have that much gold remaining to muster up much of a force here. But with Tunison going 2 town centers extra plus Heroic Age, there's no way for him to punish this gold mine at this point, and ChronoJJ gets away with murder here, in my opinion. As the wooden wall going to be coming up here, looks like it might get slowed down just a little bit there. Not slowed down, but a little bit of damage coming through as the units are going to start pushing in. Another option here that Tunison could have considered is go through Hyperion instead of Thea here. Go through Hyperion instead of Thea, and he could have made this work. And another option here, which might sound a bit strange, is just don't build Citizen at this point. He's got plenty of resources in the bank, but don't build Citizen. Just get himself upgrades, get himself mass units here, and just full send, and he'll be able to do more damage to ChronoJJ's economy than he would be doing to his own by not building Citizen here. As an idea, as heavy cavalry coming out immediately here for Tunison. He's liking this kind of play where you go immediately into Contarius to deal with the Axemen, the Slingers, everything else, and force ChronoJJ into the position where he has to be building Spearmen. As Chrono now is able to advance through segment, he's not that far behind Tunison in terms of tech. He hasn't lost that many villages here. He has managed to make a game of it with his classical fight here in this situation. So we'll see how things are going to be moving along here in this one. As ChronoJJ, he's got himself plow. There's no irrigation here. So his farmers are a little bit inefficient here at this moment, but villagers for some reason moving forward for ChronoJJ as well, as the villagers coming forward to try and get that 3rd town center up here. Big shockwave coming in as ChronoJJ has to retreat back. We see a monument to the soldiers coming up as well, randomly in the middle of the map here. There's a whole bunch of these slingers coming in. The villagers make their way over to the town center as segment comes through. We will be seeing that citadel getting cast very, very fast here in this game. So now the wooden wall getting thrown up. Walls coming around here as well. Going to be able to defend this location, but Will it matter though? Town Center coming up. There is a Migdol stronghold getting attempting to get thrown up here as well. It's 133 of 140 population with ChronoJJ. Lots of resources in the bank, however, for Tunison, who's also at full population. So he's going to be able to maintain a really, really strong offensive on this position. But the other thing is though that Chrono, he can actually just retreat here. He's got this back gold mine now with this town center here on this position. So that's a really, really good position for him to hold here as Tunison trying to break through. Villagers repairing this up ever so slightly here. As the Wadjet come in onto the back there trying to snipe the Stymphalian bird down, but not able to do so as the Slingers make a forward movement there to try and run close to the counter units. You're trying to take out those Arcus as best as they possibly can as the Wadjet over here does end up falling. The units trying to break through on this position as well. We'll see what's going to happen here as the Priest getting some attacks coming through here. Finish off those Promethean offspring as best as they possibly can. Copper Mail coming out for Tunison. He's just got so much more economy right now than Chrono. But Chrono is just holding here. And this is exactly what he needs to do. Just hold, just make sure his economy keeps on improving. And look at this cheekiness here from ChronoJJ. He sends the Scarab forward. There is a couple of Stymphalian birds already in on this position. What is this? What are these villagers doing? Targeting down the town center here as the Pharaoh able to take down a Stymphalian bird. Not quite able to do so as the Arcus are in here trying to snipe down that Pharaoh here. But the Scarab will end up getting sniped down as the Arcus gets taken down. ChronoJJ retreats back. This is something that Chrono does really, really well, is these sneaky attacks, but sometimes he gets a little bit too caught up with going for them and he ends up falling behind on a different position. As you can kind of see now that Tunison is realizing, man, I don't need to attack this position. There's nothing on the bottom side of the map. There's a town center there that I can kill. He's got himself 7 Contarius dealing 12 damage per second. Plus he's got those 2 Promethean offspring. He probably could cut Arcus for a little bit and just make more of those heavy Contarius here. Now there is a shifting, no, there's no shifting sands. I remember there was that big shifting sands that happened over here, but this just means that Chrono is now caught out of position as the army comes through. You can target down some of those villagers over here, pushing off that gold mine, and you will be able to start making an attack onto this town center. I wouldn't mind seeing Tunison dropping like palaces over here to put an attack onto this location here as Hecate is coming through. As well as the Stymphalian bird here does get caught out. The Slingers and the Priest manage to deal with that one as the villagers pop out of the town center here. Going to be repairing that back up. And the army here of ChronoJJ is in defensive position. Tunison going up through Hecate. Palace coming through. Decides to retreat back, giving ChronoJJ the breathing room that he might need here to start getting some good damage done. He does manage to snipe down a villager, though. Another one walking straight in front here. He will be able to snipe that one. Every citizen kill here is always welcome from the Atlantean haters out there. But we'll see how it all manages to end up turning out as the army of Tunison returning back in onto this position over here. Potentially the Tartarian gate getting dropped over here while mass pressure onto this location continues would be a really, really good idea, as the Arc is going to get caught out of position just a little bit as the Slingers coming through here to get the damage down. Priest here, Pharaoh, getting targeted down quite viciously as well. So he has to retreat back. More priests coming out onto this position as destroyers starting to come through. They will be able to take out a villager here. He only does 4 damage here to, it's probably less than 4 damage a second actually. Probably something like 2 damage a second to the laborer. But we will see that the town center has survived the raids from ChronoJJ, going all over the place here as Chrono 1 minute and 30 seconds behind. He will be able to advance to the mythic gauge here. Does he have a market? The market isn't up yet. It's a really, really big mistake from Chrono. No, I told a lie. He does have the market. I don't know where it is, but he's got one. There it is. So he's going up through Osiris, not making that mistake like he made last game, as we do see the units coming back in here to try and take out those Contarius here, as we will see the Tartarian gate getting dropped down. A temple getting thrown back up immediately here to try and get himself his mummy out. Got to be very careful about that. Meanwhile, the unit's going to be pushing forward one thing you really don't want to have while you've cast Tartarian Gate and the units are out of position is all of these Arcus. They don't do anything right now. You want to have Destroyers, Murmillo, Contarius, Fire Siphon, anything but ranged units at this point to take out buildings and get an actual advantage. Meanwhile, ChronoJJ's villagers, they aren't attacking. He's fallen victim to one of the defensive measures that the Tartarian Gate actually has, and that defensive measure is that once the Tartarian Gate is clicked, if you right-click to attack the Tartarian Gate will change into a different building. Technically, I don't exactly know what happens, but basically changes into a different building and the villagers go idle. So you have to right-click it again to actually take it down. It's a little bit of a weird bug thing, but it's a thing, and you just have to kind of know that it exists. As this forward town center here is going to be getting taken down, but ChronoJJ, look at his population, has dropped so much here. He was at 170 population for a time there, and now he's dropped down to 80 population and about to lose this town center to boot here. As Tunison pushes through, the gold mine gets taken off. These villagers over here on the top side of the map here, realizing he needs those. Meanwhile, the other problem here is that Chrono lost his Pharaoh in that little Tartarian Gate exchange with the Contarius, so he can't even get himself out an immediate Son of Osiris here. Meanwhile, we see citizens moving forward here for Tunison to grab this town center for himself. He's realizing how far in front he is at this point, I think, so he can take that without even the need for a palace here, as New Kingdom getting researched for ChronoJJ. Did he get the temple up in time? He did get the temple up. I hear a mummy. There is a mummy somewhere. There it is. Mummy somewhere. So that'll be a big help moving forward as the Fire Siphon going to attempt to do the impossible here. Unupgraded Fire Siphon, going for a town center. Not having engineers means that, which is the Mythic Age upgrade for Siege, means that your Fire Siphon are at 11 range. If you get engineers, they go up to, I think, 12 range, or 13 range, I think. Can I actually check that out? And extra 2 range, I think. As the Son of Osiris here is getting ranged down by those Archers incredibly quickly here, as the Fire Siphon try and retreat back away from those villages. It looks like Tunison is throwing away a lot of population to make this happen, as the Son of Osiris gets caught out of position yet again. So much damage there onto that Son of Osiris. Tunison has to retreat back though, as his population falls incredibly fast there. The town center is up for Tunison. He's got 140 of 180 population. He's going to be able to fill that back up really, really fast. Meanwhile, consistent raids here from Chrono, trying to take out citizens all over the place here. As he does manage to get some stuff going. A cheeky side build from Chrono, not going to be able to be enough here. As you see another Migdol stronghold coming up. Chrono's gold mine over here will start getting raided as well. And this is going to be incredibly annoying for him. This is the last gold mine he has here, so he actually does need to start a trade route as well moving forward in this game, as the Son of Osiris retreats back ever so slightly. The Contarius is going to be chasing this one down, trying to take it out, losing a lot of HP here, not paying attention at all, as those 12 damage per second Contarius managed to finish off ChronoJJ's Son of Osiris there. And the Fire Siphon starting to push forward to take out the town center to boot here. Arcus doing a lot of damage. The villagers getting pulled. All the army of ChronoJJ getting set into this position, but he's going to be losing so many villagers to the Arcus here. Tunison also sitting at near 0 resources, sitting at 24 villagers as well. But Chrono sends so much here to try and keep this base alive, as the Fire Siphon's all falling. It looks like the town center will not be falling at this moment. ChronoJJ has managed to hold for the time being here, ladies and gentlemen, as the cavalry raids still coming through. Lots of units up on this top corner here. Not sure what their purpose is. It's now the army coming back to repair the fortified town center. The army retreats back ever so slightly. Chrono has taken a score lead here, but the problem is that I think his lead in score is mostly just in units killed loss. He's still behind in town centers. He's still behind in economy. He's still behind in tech. He needs to fix all of that stuff up first before he can start thinking about leaving his base. But Tunison is just going to continue to rally in to try and take out this fortified town center. But more importantly, this gold mine is not going to be lasting that long in this game, and there is no trade or that there have been no trade started just yet for ChronoJJ. So he's in for a difficult one moving forward as these cheeky chariot archers, 2 chariot archers going around, just 3 cavalry going around. I love this play here from ChronoJJ. It's one of those things that the top players do so well. The difference is that the top players do this when they're in an equal position. ChronoJJ is in a kind of he's kind of behind in terms of population here, as Tunison is trying to get himself all of the army he needs. Now, maybe, just maybe, ChronoJJ is realizing here there's no trade for Tunison, which means his economy can't actually support all of this population that he's getting through here. Which then, in turn, means so long as he can hold here, and if Tunison keeps trying to send his units in to try and take this town center of ChronoJJ's out, he's going to be completely fine here. As we see the raid coming over here, we've got some chariot archers roaming around the top here. We've got siege works getting dropped over here to potentially try and take out this town center on the back, as the town center getting targeted down quite nicely there. The villagers having to retreat back into the town center. 66 villagers remaining for ChronoJJ in this game, retreating back those spearmen, trying to keep them kind of attacking the Contaris as best as he possibly can, as the villagers going to be returning back over onto these fly siphon yet again. Tunison at 178 of 180 population, 130 population for ChronoJJ, but with the fortified town center doing so much damage because of the priest empowering it. Look at the arrow spray that comes out of the fortified town center here. What is that, 4 arrows, 5 arrows? I can't actually see. It's just so much damage. It just takes out units so absurdly fast, and ChronoJJ is holding this beautifully while still taking citizens down over here. This citizen looks like it will be for... No, he doesn't quite get it. 9 HP remaining on that one there, as the village is getting taken down even more. Arcus still sitting in on this position, and the thing is right now, Tunison needs buildings here to kind of continue to make this work. ChronoJJ will be running out of gold really, really soon, though, that he can sneak through and grab this gold mine as well if he so chooses. He's got the siege works coming through here. He's going to need to build some sort of a box here just outside of the line of sight in order to start slinging this and being in a safe position. We'll see if he's going to be able to make that work or not here, as the town center is getting targeted down yet again. More villagers coming out of both of these town centers as best as he possibly can. The raids from the chariot archers coming back over here. He does see the citizen. The chariot archers, will they notice this? Where is he going with them? Yes, he does notice it. Low HP citizen does get sniped down. Good play there from ChronoJJ. Going to be able to prevent that from coming through nicely. As the citizen comes in onto this gold mine, he will be seeing this as the villagers starting to sneak through. The catapult taking down these military buildings on the front here as well, while still trying to defend this position, still making slingers here in this game to deal with these archers here. ChronoJJ is trying his best to hold here forever in this game, as it's just mass arcus through for Tunison. I don't know how I feel about the idea of just mass arcus here for Tunison. It's not the way you make a push work, it's the way you hold. But he is getting some good value. He is sniping units nicely with that 20 range arcus. ChronoJJ needs to get back to the drawing board ever so slightly, as we do see the catapult here getting caught out of position as the Contaris come through to start hitting that. Villagers moving up onto this position as well to grab this gold mine, as the chariot archers now going to start searching for some more raids here, as the catapult does end up going down. ChronoJJ does manage to get himself copper shields. This is really smart. This is really big, because he knows that the majority of the damage coming to him is pierce damage here. The majority of the damage is pierce damage, which effectively means you can just make yourself pierce armor, and your army is just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. But Chrono, he just can't get popped here. He just can't get popped, and Tunison, slowly but surely, is going to be able to get some units out that he needs to actually get good damage done. I mean, alternatively, just waiting and making sure he gets a gold staff here is another option. But we do see the sky passage is down, and the units are going to instantly transport over onto this position here. And now ChronoJJ is finding himself having another problem to deal with, and that's that he's going to be running out of gold here, because these units can just push through here and make this happen. The red linen siege unit here of ChronoJJ giving an extra 10 crush damage a second, which is absolutely huge for the catapult. Not enough to take the town center down. Units have to retreat back, and ChronoJJ going to have to figure out a different place to attack, as these stray chariot archers Not going to be able to do all too much here, as the Ark is going to be retreating back and Palace going to be coming through here as well. And the villagers have to pull back off of that gold mine. He needs to put up like a Migdol here or something to hold on to this. But honestly, as the Ark has popped through here, Tunison needs to start thinking about potentially a trade route here. He's got the market set up. Market coming up to this location would be really, really strong. A really nice trade route. As a straggler catapult does pop out here. These counter barracks getting taken down. The slinger's getting some good damage done, but this is just so many Arcus that it doesn't even matter that these slingers are counter units. They're probably going to trade equally, but that's kind of a win there for Tunison in a big way. As both of the Pharaohs coming in onto this position. And now Chrono, after all of this time, has managed to start his trade route. So maybe he's going to be okay here if he just keeps on causing distraction action in order to get himself the trade route. He's got 72 villages. He's getting the trade route. He's trying to keep himself alive in this game. As the villagers making their way down to the bottom of the map here. I'm not sure what they're searching for, potentially for a gold mine, but there is no gold down there. This is the only gold you can get. Double Palace up on this position to just make sure that he holds everything. Do we have any siege works in this main base anywhere close? No, not really. So we see some more markets coming up, and Chrono's like, yep, just got to get myself a trade route here. Where are these villagers going? Maybe a market in this corner or something is an idea, but he's sneaking around here, and he wants to steal this gold mine potentially. But the palace going up here is about to give so much line of sight to Tunison, and he's just going to see 19 idle villagers here. It might just be worthwhile for Chrono just to sack these villagers here and just get himself out a trade route. He's got 9 camel caravans. He just needs to get another 10 more. With 2 markets, you can get that up in 1 minute. No problems here, as the Arcus are going to be chasing this down. But this is the biggest distraction you'll ever see. Chrono doesn't care about these villagers in a way, and he probably should be just happy that he's managed to distract this many Arcus here. And this is just giving slight amounts of population over to ChronoJJ to get himself out his trade route here. So while it might sound funny, it's actually a really good play. As Chrono, he still hasn't quite worked out how he's going to be able to push through this. Now, 1 Scarab coming through here to take this out. The Hero Arcus coming in to deal with this as well. 2 Hero Arcus, they will be able to take out that Scarab, but will they be able to take it out fast enough? Tunison does have himself Masons. He's getting himself Engineers finally. Still no trade route started up for Tunison, as these gold mines, they will expire eventually. He's got a little bit of gold left in both of them. Then he will have to make his way up to the top gold mines as well, as more raids coming through for ChronoJJ. Is just staying true to his never give up, never surrender attitude here. As the champion Arcus getting some good damage done from afar over here, but in ChronoJJ, he's also got segment, so he can get himself Bone Bow, and then he can actually get a range advantage over those Arcus from afar as well. As the Scarab did not manage to take down a palace, and Chrono is very much stuck here in his base. He's ended up losing all of those villages that were a distraction, but that just means that now they are taken out. The army will return back in onto this position, and Tunison is slowly but surely just going to plant palace after palace and push through onto this position here. As we see some more siege works coming back up into this position here. Chrono is never going to give up on this, because this is an opening here, and Tunison is making no effort into walling up the map here. He's made no effort to prevent these sorts of, I call these ChronoJJ-isms. If anyone, plenty of players do this. This is a really smart play, but basically these side builds, these niggly little side builds, the point of them isn't to actually do anything. You're not supposed to get any value out of them. You're just supposed to be distracting your opponent while you solidify in your home base to then try and take out a different location. But it does look like now with the fire siphons rolling in here, doing so much damage now with engineers. 15 range now. I think it's +4 range. Is that right? +4 ranged attack. It's absolutely huge. And the town center gets demolished there. ChronoJJ not only now loses his Citadel center, but also loses his trade route, as Tunison pushes in to be able to take down the Pharaoh, take down everything else slowly but surely, finish off these houses here to boot. And this is going to be a very, very difficult moment here for ChronoJJ to have to swallow, because it does not seem like he's got anything remaining here. And he finally decides, after all is said and done, to tap out. Tunison wins, claims the match, claims the series 3-1 here, ladies and gentlemen. ChronoJJ with a very nice showing here. Manages to get that one win at the start, causing a little bit of terror there for Tunison, but in the end here, Tunison manages to keep his resolve, gets his level back to where it's supposed to be, and shows ChronoJJ the business. Unlucky to Chrono, we will be seeing more of Chrono. Don't be fooled. He will be participating in Challengers League, most likely. He has an invitation at the very least. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.